On Friday, the 28th of August 2020, Elon Musk provided us with a live demonstration of Neuralink. The goal of Neuralink is to solve important brain and spine problems. This includes providing solutions for people suffering from memory and hearing loss, blindness, paralysis, depression, brain damage, and more. According to Musk, if you live long enough, you'll eventually suffer from at least one neurological condition. And he believes that an implantable device can solve all of these problems. As with most other technologies that Musk gets involved with, whether it be the Tesla electric vehicle, solar panels, or even SpaceX, the technology is not completely new and revolutionary. This is yet another example of Musk doing what he does best, and that is look at the potential and the problems of existing technologies and finding ways to improve them by orders of magnitude, as he often says during his press conferences. Already, after only 1 year in development, the Neuralink architecture has made massive strides in moving this type of technology forward. Last year, when we saw the first prototype of the product, it was a small device that sat behind the ear. Today, they've reduced the size even further, so now it's not much larger than a 5-cent coin. To quote Musk directly, it's like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires. The name of the first device is called Link version 0.9. It has 1,024 channels per array compared to the 100 channels that are available in any other comparable product today. It is 23mm wide by 8mm thick, so it will sit flush with the skull, making it completely invisible from the outside. It has all the sensors that you would expect to see in a modern day smartphone. So for example, it can measure angular rate and force, temperature and pressure. It has a full day battery life and can be charged with what appears to be a regular inductive charging device that you may have seen on your latest generation smartphone or smartwatch, for example. In terms of installing the Link device, the goal is that it can be done in less than an hour so that you can leave the hospital on the same day without requiring any anesthetics. To do that, they've developed a surgical robot that can perform the entire surgery from incision to removing the section of the skull, inserting the device, and also placing and inserting the electrodes directly into the brain. The electrodes are incredibly thin, coming in at around 5 microns, which is far less than the size of a strand of hair. With the precision of the robot, the electrodes can be inserted into sections of the brain without hitting nerves or arteries, ensuring that no damage is done and there is no loss of brain matter. Neuralink has received a breakthrough device designation by the FDA in July of 2020 and is preparing for first human implants soon, pending required approvals and further safety testing. But in the meantime, they've been testing on pigs, and this is where it gets really interesting. During the demonstration, they showed us how the implant could send data from the brain of a pig test subject to a computer. The receptors were connected in such a way as to measure the contact with the snout and also movements of the limbs, allowing the computer to track each movement in real time. There was also a demonstration of data being written directly to the brain, where you could see a single electrode stimulate up to 1,000 neurons. This was just an image scan of a brain, which would show you certain areas of the brain being lit up when stimulated. Elon Musk himself conceded that at this point it kind of sounds like an episode of Black Mirror. For those who haven't seen the series, it should be on Netflix if you want to check it out. But in summary, it's a series of short films, most of which are about a dystopian future, demonstrating the often negative impact of science and technology when left unchecked. Now, I'm sure he made this reference as a joke, but there are certainly going to be many questions about just how far we go with this type of technology and whether there could be negative effects on the individual or society as a whole. You could easily drift off into speculation when it comes to these types of questions, but perhaps I'll leave that for another video. Getting back onto what the technology can actually do. The application that controls the device would be an app on your smartphone, which would communicate via low energy Bluetooth and would have a range of 5 to 10 meters. And this is where I think things are going to get very predictive of the future. Clearly, it would seem that the main objective of this new technology, as it is currently being presented, is to provide a solution to quite serious neurological conditions. Yet, the simplicity of installation, the maintenance, and the use of a common smartphone as the main interface seems to open up further more commercial possibilities that could see this device being used in a very widespread manner? Could we see a future perhaps in 10 to 20 years where this technology allows us to integrate our consciousness with AI, giving us the ability to send messages from our mind directly to other people, equipped with the same device, schedule meetings on our calendars just by thinking about them, compose a social media post, and publish without even touching a device, download our favorite novel into our consciousness without even reading a single page? Moreover, could we download the entire set of skills and neural connections that could make us an elite athlete, an elite soldier, or anything we desire? And what would be the impact of that? The possibilities are endless and far beyond the scope of this video. And having watched quite a few episodes of Black Mirror myself, I couldn't help but ask some of these pressing questions. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you did, feel free to hit me up with a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you do want to see more. In fact, all of the presentation, I'll leave a link to it in the comments box below. And most importantly, if you have any thoughts or opinions about the technology, any more information you want to share with the channel viewers, feel free to put that in the comments box below. What do you think of the technology? Do you think it's a positive move in the right direction? Certainly with the medical benefits proposed in its current form, you can really see the potential to do a whole lot of good. But what about if it does permeate into the consumer space and start to take over some of the ways that we've been used to dealing with technology, providing a more permanent link into our consciousness? Is that going to be a good thing, or is that potentially a bad thing for humanity and society? Comments below. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye for now.